We are going live. Live on a Monday. It is Wine and Three on Monday. Actually, very good day. Hope everyone is doing really well. I am Pete, Great American Nosh. I am going to be joined momentarily by my co-host, Emmanuel Montevecchi. And he's typically the guy who's driving all the content here. Well, I'm just sort of the goofy host, but I am one of the taste testers here, so it works really well. Wait till he joins us. I hope everyone is having a great day and actually had a good weekend. It is Monday, so hopefully people got to go outside a little bit. I don't know where you live, but weather was actually pretty decent here, and actually looks like it's going to continue. So we are waiting. Let me see what is going on here. I'm just going to be hanging around here, have some water, enjoy ourselves. Oh, there he is. There he is. Perfect. Let him come on board. All right. There he is. How are you, sir?
Hey, Pete. What's going on?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How's my, can you hear me? I mean,
I can
how am I
hear you
coming
good.
through?
I think you have less of the cockpit effect going, but I think it's not bad.
Not bad? What can I do
Not
here
bad.
to make it better? Let's see.
I don't know. My audio skills are limited. So,
All right. Well, we'll roll it out. We'll roll it out and see how it goes.
yeah. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
For sure.
And thanks to you, we actually have another good program. I really actually enjoyed this one. So I'm going to go rolling into this because we're not going to do an hour here. I think we'll probably do 45 minutes tonight because I think we covered a lot of things in a couple of episodes lately. But we'll review some things if you haven't joined us before. I am Pete, founder of Great American Nosh, where we live by the mantra: eat, drink, and savor. We focus on food appreciation, beer and wine appreciation, education, and part of this is our wine programming called Wine and Three, where we focus on wine and obviously three aspects of what wine could be. It could be the variety, it could be the region, it could be the winemaker, it could be the label, it could be the bottle, it could be anything. We just geek it out here because we love our wine. And with me is Emmanuel Montevecchi, my trusted wine guy. He is the one responsible for picking out 2 bottles of wine every 2 weeks. And it's usually a theme. And our theme of late, because of the weather has been nice, is it's summer. It's getting warm. Time to go out and have some refreshing wine. It could be white, it could be a light red, it could be a rosé. So we have a lot of different options. And our theme for this week is Emmanuel picked out a blind tasting for us to try based on 2 great wines that he and I have explored over the last last 2 programs, I would say, right?
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. So let's step back a little bit before we introduce our wines. When we talk summer whites, we're talking Pinot Grigio, which we had 2 weeks ago in one of our programs. And then 2 weeks before that, we had rosés. And rosés actually can come from a variety of different grapes. They could come from red. It does come from red primarily, but it's really the amount of time that they leave the wine on the skins. And they will either drain them off or make a whole wine out of it. There's a lot of different methods. Pinot Grigio is obviously a white grape variety. Actually, the French version for that is Pinot Gris. And so let's go diving into where Pinot Grigios are primarily made in Italy. So we're talking about northeast Italy. So if you can see that so we have that, they're right on the edge of the border with Slovenia, I believe. And they have actually three named DOCs, I think, or three named DOCs, or I don't know. Oh, I forget the name of it. You can correct me, and I'll take a break. Um, Pinot Grigios in Alte Adige Trento, and then Friuli Venezia Giulia are the two main DOCs, or the appellations where Pinot Grigios are made in Italy. And that is where one of ours, Wines Tonight, resides. And then I'm going to leave the floor for a little bit and have Manuel talk a little bit about our rosé selection here.
All right. So we've gone through. I kind of looked at wines that maybe not as common to people, not as familiar to people. And we had talked about putting some rosés out, come the spring.
Yeah.
We did feature that Chapoutier, the Belarus, 2 weeks back, and I know that you like that very much. So, Pete.
I did. Matilda actually sent me a nice like on that one. She was very happy with that. So. Yeah,
she's your best friend now.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
So, and then I went into, as of recent, what was it, 4 weeks ago, roughly, give or take, we went into Black Girl Magic, those products, specifically the rosé. The rosé is out of California. And also the other one that we're featuring is Pinot Grigio out of Friuli, which you mentioned, that region.
Yes.
The Sun Goddess, which Mary Blige put her stamp on.
Yep. So here we go. The Sun Goddess. Right. Yeah.
So I have a little setup like this.
Oh, see, I couldn't do that. Yeah, you got fancy on me. I have short-term memory loss anyway, so as soon as I pour it, I mix up the glasses and I have no idea.
And before we were actually, before I thought about it just 2 minutes ago, like the color, I thought maybe would be a tip-off, but the colors are similar?
I tried to actually ignore the color. I just poured it, and then I just scrambled them up, and then I was like, forget it. I'm just going to...
Okay, because I was almost thinking like I needed a blindfold. But we've done this before, though. We did a blind tasting a while back, I remember.
That's right.
And I'm trying to think what it was that we did the blind tasting on. I can't even
remember. I think it was a Sauvignon Blanc, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe it was a red. I don't know. Maybe it was a red. I don't know. It was...
going back, though. That's going back many programs ago.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why this is good to bring this back. And mix up the wines. You don't really, you can kind of tell, but for me, I have the short-term memory thing go, and I just mix it up, and I know the numbers on the bottom of the glass, but I don't know which ones are which now, so I have no clue. No clue. So that's how I do it.
So let me interject this piece though, like with the rosés. Yeah. The rosés have been sort of very trendy, more so in the last 3 years, really. Rosés have kind of taken off. Everyone's getting into it. Also, a lot of men are getting into it too. People in general, but they can be very refreshing. That's kind of how they're defined, refreshing.
That's right.
Some of them have some minerality, some dryness. Others have a little crisp and floral aspect to them.
Yep, aromatics. Yeah, that's right. And then the reason why we picked Black Girl Magic for this particular blind tasting is because you and I came to a consensus on it. That was actually quite enjoyable because it had that minerality, it had the dryness that it wasn't like bone dry, but it definitely took the edge off, that kind of that fruity thing going on. Definitely for sure. That was the reason why we picked that. And then the reason why we picked the Sun Goddess, because that had its own kind of minerality, dryness to it as well, which some Pinots can be a little fruity, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. And I mean, with the Sun Goddess too, I think you and I both we preferred that one over the, we did it with, let's see, which one did we do it with?
The one I kept screwing up the name. It's Albino Armani.
Yeah, that's right. The Albino Armani. We'd have to refer to the previous program, but it's yes. What was it called? It was Well,
Well, that's all right.
yeah, we can refer to the previous, but Albino Armani product, and they make a few different Pinot Grigios, but
Yep.
that one in
Hmm.
particular is has a
Hmm.
long maceration. That's the point
That's
being
right.
long
Hmm.
maceration. So skin
Yep.
contact as well.
That's
So
right. And then when we did the Black Girl Magic, I think we paired it not against, we don't do against in that regard, but we paired it with the Samuel Robert Winery out in Oregon. And that
yeah,
was more of a deeper
Willamette,
pink.
out of
Yeah.
Willamette.
And yeah, Willamette Valley in Oregon. And it had more of a, not fruity, it is just a little bit off of a fruity. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was really refreshing. But I love that dry minerality. And it really kind of reminded me of those Rhone styles, and that's where that Belarus comes into play. We enjoyed that as well. So, and so, folks, if you don't know, Black Girl Magic, I'm going to give a little background. We've already gone through this again, but again, I'm going to believe that you haven't seen this before. Black Girl Magic comes from the McBride sisters, Robin and Andrea. And there's a very interesting backstory. So here they are. This is a picture I have on my website and some of my social media channels. And actually, I found a really cool older picture of them when they were a little bit younger. As you can see, they're very fashionable.
Oh yeah.
I love these shots in the vineyards. I think they're one of my favorite pictures. And they have a very interesting backstory. They have a common father, but different mothers. They grew up separate from each other. One grew up in, I believe, Monterey, California, and the other one grew up in New Zealand. And they never knew about each other until, I think, in their teenage or 20s, when their father's dying of stomach cancer. He
Right.
reached
So it
out
was
to his...
Andrea that grew up
Yeah,
in New Zealand, and Robin in Monterey.
that's right. That's right. And then I think Andrea, well, anyway, this was before the internet. So the family had to do like, the America's Most Wanted type searches to find these, Robin. And Andrea was actually in the United States looking at schools. I guess she was being recruited for volleyball or some other sport. And they actually got to meet in LaGuardia. They had never met before. Again, how do you meet a sister that you never knew, from all your life? And they actually discovered they had a passion for wine. Now, they didn't have a vineyard, they didn't grow up, but they grew up in wine growing areas. So they definitely had a passion for wine, and they hit it off, and they obviously wanted to keep the family connection going. And they started McBride Sisters, and they just came out with this Black Girl Magic. And this isn't too old, I guess, but this is a 2019. They've been on a lot of social media outlets. I think they were on Breakfast Club not too long ago. Great interview, great backstory to what they were doing. They started as importers, and they've kind of grown into negociants, which is basically winemakers. They basically source the grapes from all these different winemaking families, and then they blend the wines, and here they are. They're one of the larger companies around. So that's the little background on that. And then I'll jump in on the Fontenelle family for Sun Goddess. I did connect with Marco Fontenelle. Fontenelle started in 1969, so just about as old as I am. And it was started by Mario Fontenelle in kind of the northeast part of Italy. He was actually he was a hotel and restaurant guy. And he decided to, break off into buying a vineyard to obviously round out his offerings, I guess, to his customers. And then it spilled down to his children. And then Marco, and he's got a brother as well, and they are now they're third generation winemakers, and they're in actually 90 different countries. I didn't know that. They sent me a lot of information. I had to kind of sort through it all. They have a lot of great properties. I couldn't print everything out, but this is Marco. I've heard him in a nice interview with Mary J. Blige, who I'm going to get to in 1 minute, and then this is one of their main properties. I think it's called Tenuta St. Helena. That is gorgeous. I love that. That is a beautiful shot. And and I'm going to end at the backstory of Mary J. and then I'll let you go. I've been talking way too much here. So as you know, everyone knows who Mary J. Blige is. She is 23 Grammy Awards, something like that.
Yeah,
amazing.
Numerous, yeah,
numerous accolades for her.
Too many to
She is
count.
Yeah, she's a big wine person, and I guess they were on. I think they were on tour in Europe, and she was on tour with Maxwell, who's another singer-songwriter. And Maxwell, I guess, is friends with Marco. And they started talking, and Maxwell said to Mary J, "Why don't you start, do a collaboration with Marco and start a wine?" And voila, there you go. She started a wine. She's got a Pinot Grigio, and then I think she's got a Sauvignon Blanc, if I'm not mistaken too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the backstory of all that. Now, again, I'm leaving a lot out on the Fantanels. I'm sorry, guys. There's a lot of information here. I only have a few minutes to talk about this stuff. But Marco, if you're going to watch later, thank you very much. I really appreciate the information you sent over. So any more backstory on Mary J is great too. So thank you. But go ahead if you want to add some stuff I missed. I clearly missed a lot. So.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, for our purposes tonight, it's a couple of producers that are kind of new to the industry. As far as we're talking Mary J. Blige, Marco Fantanel has been in the business for a long time.
That's right.
So the Black Magic Girl product is that interesting story where they kind of are self-made in a way.
They are. Yeah.
Got the importer's license, and then they kind of went from there. And there's a lot of work. It was a lot of work for them. Whereupon Mary J. Blige already had the collateral, right? She already had the collateral.
Exactly.
Being a worldwide, recording artist, not recognized. So the
two different avenues. I mean, two
different avenues totally. Two different avenues totally. But what I wanted to take a look at this evening is the fact that, like, for us, this format's a little different with a blind tasting, because in a way we are kind of comparing and contrasting the two wines to see which one we like better.
Yeah.
And, that's just a take on our personal opinion, based on my vast experience of drinking wine and being in the industry, and then also yours, with your culinary, skills and
acumen. Yes.
And then just knowing a lot about wines, but
that's right. That's right.
I kind of know what to look for in profiles that would lend themselves well to people in a universal way that would be accessible to people.
I was going to say that I was going to add the other challenging part of all of this, folks, is that we're doing this as standalone. Now, I was going to bring some oysters to do some food pairing with these two, but I came up short. But the thing is, there's standalone, and then there's food, pairing with food. So again, these wines are going to act differently with food. And now, again, you could be a really poor, pair with food, and the wine's going to taste like crap or get wiped out completely. You're not going to be able to taste it. But as a standalone, that's going to give you a nice baseline to say, okay, what would I pair with this? Is it dry? Is it fruity? Is it, would it interact with spice? Would it interact with kind of a vegetable? I can't even say vegetable anymore. A vegetable, yeah. So that's the fun part about wine, is that you never know when you're going to run into stumble into a pairing. Sometimes I've done that with buffalo wings before, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. So, awesome.
Sure. Well, and the thing is, Pete, let me put this out as well, Pete. With rosés, the nice thing is, I think that people need to think about, they're nice to have, like, earlier in the day, a nice warm, hot day. You don't necessarily need to pair with anything.
That's right.
They're just they're refreshing. There's that minerality, some of that dryness. And as I mentioned earlier, a little floral, crisp aromatics. But they don't necessarily need to be paired with food, but they do, they can stand alone.
True. Well, going on with the summer theme you're talking about, you're going to could be at the pool, it could be the beach.
Right.
You're not going to have probably a heavy meal. You're probably going to have some appetizers or some finger foods.
Sure.
The oysters is a little bit more heavier. You're not going to be yanking those to the beach unless you're chucking them on the digging the oysters.
Maybe you live on the beach. Maybe you happen to be blessed and you live on the beach.
Yeah, or you do some clamming, right?
Clamming, and you like rosés, or you like wine.
All right. Awesome. Well, let me. I'm gonna go. I don't know which is which, so I'm just gonna grab whatever I got. Okay. I have no idea what I got.
All right,
So
so let's see. Let's do it. All right, so I'll pour one into my glass,
yep,
right? And I
yep,
won't know what I have here, but
yeah. This has got more of a. It's kind of a mellow flower to it. You know, here's the thing, folks. We tried these wines before, but again, when we try them again, you know, and just to let you know, I am jealous of Emmanuel because I wanted to go be outside too, but the pollen was so bad,
the
I
pollen
started
is
to
very bad.
choke.
It's very bad.
Yeah, I started to choke and I started to sneeze, and I go, that's really bad for wine
Oh,
tasting.
dude.
I'm like, I don't think I should be outside.
Yeah,
So,
that wouldn't be good for the content.
no, it would be really poor. So this is nice. Looks more of a salmon color. I kind of like it. More like a gravel. I get like a gravel, pure gravel, actually. You know,
Yeah,
nothing
that's come up before with us. We'll say clay. We say clay, gravel,
clay.
but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is gravel. Clay's a little bit more sharper for me. Because I'm used to that kitty litter smell. So.
oh, here we go with the kitty litter. So,
Well, at least I'm not saying cat urine.
I'm not a
So,
cat person. I don't know. I'm not a cat person. I don't know. But
yeah,
I get the people who are cat people. I guess they're
yeah.
a little strange, but I don't. I'm a dog person.
I'm a dog person
I know
too.
you are too, Pete. So
Yeah, but I think dogs have a lot more smells to them. Cats
they
do.
do. They do. But
They
also,
fart. They fart and they smell, and when you don't bathe them, they smell, and then they
they
dig
stink,
into the dirt.
you
Yeah.
know. But you know, dogs that just don't really care about the hygiene. You know.
Yeah. Well, cats lick themselves too. So, all right. Wow, it's there's not much fruit in this one. I'm not getting much for fruit. I always recommend it for any kind of cool wine. You take it out like 20 minutes ahead of time. You don't want it too cold. But again, if it was a really hot day, you'd probably want to take it right out of the fridge and keep it chilled. But look at the legs. Oh, I saw some nice legs on this. Very even legs coming down. That's nice. Probably a medium alcohol, I would imagine. I'm not getting much for fruit. Nothing. Maybe. Well, you know what? I'll take that back. Like an unripe papaya is probably the.
Unripe papaya. Yeah, that's come up before.
Yeah.
That came up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, it's not a honeydew melon. Honeydew melon's got more of a very aromatic, but
Yeah.
papaya is a little bit less. You know. Okay. All right. What are you getting?
I get very minimal kind of floral presence, just a little
Yep.
bit than what I have
Yep.
here. That's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my lighting might be off, so.
Yeah, and I'm outside, as we know, so
Yeah.
I don't get
All right.
much more in mine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very slight.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, maybe there's melon. I don't know, melon or papaya. It's right on the edge. You know.
Okay.
All right.
Mine's kind of neutral. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to
More
offer.
earth. Yeah, I'm getting more earth. Let's put it that way. More earth than floral or fruit. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Jen changed your tagline, by the way. So just
I see that. What's it say, Jen, there?
a vinified girl. There you go.
A vinified. Oh, I like that. That's
Yeah.
clever. That's clever,
Yeah.
Jen.
She's shaking it up. She's like, I'm going to do something different for 2021. All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mix it up.
Medium feel, a little tannin. Nope, not much for acidity. I think it's more of a fuller body here. I like that. I love that. Now, if it warmed up a little bit, I may not like it, but I think that this temperature is really doing it well.
Yeah, the temperature. Yeah, it's important. Like you said, you want to have them kind of cold. I mean, even if you're going to stick in the freezer for a little while before you bring it out, if it's a real hot day, like Pete was saying, you know, and some people have those the ceramic wine holders. You know, that kind of keep it a little cooler for a little while.
That's right. Good point. Good point. Yeah, that's right. So just to let you know, Jen, we're doing a blind tasting, so I'm keeping the bottles out of this particular segment of our program, so I don't get biased.
I got clever, Jen. See, I got the sleeves.
He's got the sleeves. I just have short-term memory loss. So
your Pete's a little bit older than me, so
I'm a little older, and I'm a little, you know, I might need the AARP card, you know, soon. So
well, no, you just have more experiences than me. So in that brain, you know, there's a lot going on.
Well, could ask my wife about that one.
That's another program, Pete.
Yeah, that's not a That's not a Great American Nosh program. That's
something else entirely. That's something else entirely.
That's you know, talking to the wine friend.
I like it though. I like what I'm drinking here.
I do. I really like this. I love that full body. I originally thought it was medium, but now it's got that full, because I think the tannins are there. They're in the middle and the back. Finish is okay. You know, it's fine. I don't want a really long finish. I want something refreshing and snappy, you know, like.
Yes.
I like it. All right. Okay. Cool. Now I'm going to grab my water.
Yep, I'll do the same. So for me, that was one. That's what I'm drinking here.
All right. Well, I'm not going to tell the number because I could tell in my head the number right, even though my short-term memory loss. Okay.
You got your trick.
Now we got this. Now we got this one. I like that one. All right. That's kind of a golder. That's a little bit. It's a little bit of a shade of gold compared to the other one, but I won't know what that is. But
well,
I'm shaking my camera. Okay, all right. Let's do swirl it, swirl it, swirling. Keep it swirling, swirling. Okay. Wow, very muted. Compared to the other one, yeah, not much there. No.
A lot of earth, clay.
A lot of earth.
We're calling it clay.
Clay. I would even say it's more muted than clay.
We say clay, Jen, or muted? No, Pete's saying muted. Does that make sense, clay?
Muted clay.
No.
Dry clay. It's dry clay. How about that?
Dry clay.
If it was wet clay, I think it would have a different aroma, right?
It's a locker color. Lovely color.
Yeah, it is. It's very nice.
Yeah, it is lovely. It is, yeah.
Yeah, very nice. All right. Well, I'm going to stick with dry clay.
All right. I hear that. I'll concur. No, I mean, I can agree with that for sure.
I'm getting a little fruit, but not, I'm trying to figure what that is. It's more of a citrus. A little bit of lime.
A little bit of lime?
A little bit of lime. Yeah, a little bit of lime. Let's see what else I got here. Yeah, because now it's starting. Now some of the aromas are starting to come out a little bit. Yeah, got a little citrus to it. I'm just trying to figure out which it is, but yeah, maybe like lime. It's not lime zest. Lime zest would be a little sharper.
Now, let me ask you this though. Compared to the previous wine.
Yeah, I didn't taste it. I didn't smell any fruit on the other one.
Okay.
So,
all right. Yeah. Nor did I.
No fruit.
So I think they're kind of similar that way. Like you're using the word muted. I like that. I think that makes sense. They're both kind of muted then.
They are muted. Yeah, this one's definitely muted compared to the other one. So.
Yeah. But even so, the previous one, there wasn't a lot necessarily that you could detect right away. You know what I mean? I don't think in the palate, like, you know, that you could definitely put your finger on and say, okay, this is what I'm tasting.
Yeah. And, you know, here's the thing. If I'm drinking a wine like this and I need something refreshing, I may not want the overwhelming aroma. You know, I don't want the blow my nose out, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know about you, but if it's hot,
I agree with it. I agree with that 100%. I mean, that's kind of what you look for, in some wines. You know what I mean? You want some neutrality, but you want some, not too much fruit necessarily, or floral aspect to it. So it kind of it's refreshing. It's nice to drink, hot day.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I think we're in sync on that, because I always like, because you and I talk about we always talk about balance and stories that wines tell, and we always talk about the people behind the wines, and which obviously we're human beings, so we obviously gravitate to the folks who actually make these wines. But when we talk about a story, we talk about the beginning, which is the aroma, and then then it's the first taste on the tip of your tongue, and then in the middle and the back, and then it's the finish, and how balanced is that story. And
that's right.
We talk about, like, there's got to be some aroma. It could be muted. In this case, it's muted for this one in particular. We'll see what it has the rest of the story, which is the middle and the end. So, all right. Well, salud, my friend.
Salud, yeah.
Mm.
It's a little dryness there on the finish. It's got a little
dry, yeah.
Dry. What do you get?
Yeah. It's dry, and there's more of a lingering finish. Not as full body. Not as full body. Yeah. It's I would say I'd say it's a medium body, medium to light body. I like it because it's not fruity. None of this is fruity. It's very dry. Both of them are dry, and then we already knew that going in. But I am attracted to this color. This color is really nice. I love that look.
Yes. Yeah, it is very appealing.
Yeah, it is. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these, to be honest with you.
Do you like the color on this one, the last one? This is the first one.
Yeah, she didn't see the first one. Yeah, that's right.
That's the first one. It's hard to see.
It's more of a it's more of a salmon. Well, she's in BC. She knows what salmon is. All right, more of a light salmon, right? So
yeah.
I know, Jen. I took a shot at you. Don't worry. It's all in jest.
That's a dig. That's a dig.
It's not a dig. It's just having a little fun.
We're just having fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right.
All right. They're both beautiful.
There you go.
All right.
They're both beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. They are beautiful. You know what? All right. Let me go back to that first one, because.
Yeah, you got to. I already did. I need to do it. So it's. I like them both.
I do. I like the other one's drier. This one is not as dry, but this has got a full body. I really kind of like it. I don't know if it would be as refreshing if it was I was 80 degrees outside and I needed, like something snappy like that. I think that would be better, but either one,
Right. So Jen's asking the varietals. Yeah, the first. So what it is we have the two wines. One is the Pinot Grigio from Fruly, Sun Goddess, and the other is the rosé Black Girl Magic rosé.
Yep. And we don't necessarily know what grape. Did you have that from our last program? What grape that was? The blend? Was it a Pinot Noir? Was it a Pinot Noir grape, or is it, because they source their grapes from 3 areas. They source their grapes from Monterey, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, which is, as you know, New Zealand's a really good Sauvignon Blanc area. And then what was the other third place that they source their wines from? Paso Robles, right?
Paso Robles. The blend?
Yeah, I was just curious what the blend was, the grape they used.
Right. It's a Paso Robles blend that they do, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But maybe when we look at the bottles, I'm trying to remember. I don't know if I got that. If I got the.
Yeah. All right. So Jen, isn't that a cool bottle? That is so cool. Actually, here's the thing. This is those bottles that actually look better when it's full of wine versus when it's empty. So it's gorgeous when it's full.
Well, I don't know
when
about
it's empty,
because inevitably, for it to be a good wine, the bottle has to be empty.
Yes, it's a curse, right? So, and then we got the Black Girl Magic, a little bit of a different play, but again, Sun Goddess. Here we're dealing with Mary J. Blige. So actually, I heard I did get a backstory on the Sun Goddess. The reason why it's called Sun Goddess is because Mary J. is a huge suntan fan. She just goes out and like lays out all the time in the sun. And her sister, I guess, made fun of her one time and said, "I'm not sitting out here anymore. You're a sun goddess," and like took off. And that's kind of where the name that's where the name came from, because she's like,
I like it.
Yeah. I found that out actually. It's funny how much research you can do on this stuff. But anyway, you know what? I'm waffling now on my wines, but all right. Let me do black. All right. Let me do this one. Yeah, nice full body, tannin, middle, front, on the back a little bit.
Wait, Pete? Are you back to the first one?
Yeah, I'm back to the first one.
I just had another sip of it. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I think though there is, like we said, there's not much for the aromatics.
Yeah.
There's it's dry. It's refreshing, no doubt.
Yeah, both of these are dry. I think that's why we gravitated to them, because they're both really dry.
Absolutely.
And again, both beautiful color, like Jen mentioned. They're really gorgeous.
You're very attractive.
And here's the thing: if you are not into dry wines, I don't think you guys are gonna like them. You're gonna be like, I want a little bit more fruit forward to what I'm drinking.
If you're looking for like a Pinot Grigio that's crisp, because that's kind of what we're spotlighting with the Sun Goddess. This is not for you. It's not crisp. But if you're looking for something that's just kind of like, balanced, some dryness, then you probably like it. But definitely not fruity here tonight. No, not wine.
No fruit. No. Go buy fruit somewhere else. And actually, by the way, on the label of this, well, actually, I'll go back into that later. But anyway, I'm going to make my decision now.
Okay, make it. And then we'll play a little game. Go ahead.
All right. I like this one. The salmon.
Second one, yes?
No, this is the first one. First one.
It's this one.
Yep. This is my first one. And the number is 2. And I know the number 2 is Black Girl Magic.
Yeah. So for me, right, this one here, this is the one.
Number 1?
I know what this is already because of what we just talked about. But I'm trying to decide which one I like better. You like number 1 better, right?
That first one we had, that turned out to be Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic, right? All right, so let me make my determination.
Yep. Well, you're the professional, so I'm gonna wait.
This is all right. Give me a couple minutes here.
You can drink some more wine. You need to fill up more glasses of that. So.
No, I just I need to know what I'm really dealing with. I need to understand this completely.
Yeah. Well, the only issue is that they're getting a little warmer. So.
Yeah, but it's kind of. I'm out here. I'm outside. It's kind of cooling off a little bit out here. So you got that room temperature. I mean, I like both of them. We like both of them. I know you're just saying Black Girl Magic Rosé.
Yep. And if you look over my right shoulder, you'll see the Black Girl Magic on the shelf. So clearly I liked it. And I don't know where I put Mary J. Blige's, but I think it's below me somewhere. But like I said, the bottle's prettier when it's full. But again, that's a curse. So that means why you even have it.
Okay, so I think, I have to say I like the second one better, this one here. So
Oh,
let me pour a little bit more.
You're gonna make Marco happy, right? I bet that's Sun Goddess, right?
You tell me. Can you see?
I think it's Sun Goddess. Yeah, I think it's got that nice copper Ramato. They call it Ramato. That's on the label, Ramato.
Ramato winemaking method. So let's see. Here it is. Yeah. Okay, we'll do the unveiling.
Dun dun dun.
All right.
There you go. Mary J. coming through for Emmanuel.
I like
Perfect.
it. I like it a little bit more, only because it's got like, I don't know how to say it, but it's like a mouthfeel. You know, people say like it's got a good mouthfeel. It has another piece to it, another aspect to it, feature to it that I don't get in the Black Girl Magic rosé.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is a Pinot Grigio, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's from Fruly. This is Sun Goddess.
Yep. And let me ask you this. Most Pinots aren't this color, right? I don't remember them being this color, right? They're not this right?
No, they're not. Pinot Grigios tend to be like a whiter sort of like
a Sauvignon, like a
Sauvignon Blanc. But with this is longer maceration on the grapes. Remember, with the skin contact.
That's right. So
that's why you get. We're gonna call it an orange wine. You know what I mean? And then Jen's asking if it's effervescent. It is not. They're not effervescent. Nope.
No. Fanel actually does make a bubbly, but this isn't it. So.
But actually, Black Girl Magic does have they do have a sparkling wine. Black Girl Magic
They do have a sparkler. That's right. I did see that. Yeah. McBride sisters have a sparkler. Oh, wait a minute. Since Jen's on the line, what are these both? Sub 20, sub 17, something like that?
Yeah, we're looking at like $18 a piece. Yeah. No, right? Yeah, there's value there. They're good wine.
Wine value. Both of them are really good. Really good for their, I mean, come on, $20, perfect. You know, you get, well, depending how big your glass is, how much you pour. You buy 4 or 5 glasses, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal, you know. $4 to $7 a glass. I mean, you go to the restaurant, and you're getting getting yellowtail for $4 to $7 a glass. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Well, I think we have a split. So we have a split decision here. I love the Black Girl Magic. I mean, you always got the Sun Goddess. I think you made Marco very happy. Marco's not going to be friends with me anymore.
Yeah, so we split it. We split the in the middle.
But again, these are both really good, decent wines. I definitely fits our theme of summer.
Oh yeah.
Definitely good, refreshing wines. As long as it's served a little cold. I mean, when they're getting warmer, they're not going to be as good. I remember I had these a few weeks ago when I let them on the table too long, and it wasn't as good. I think they're better when they're cold. So, yeah, very good. My goodness, this is all right. I think we
tiebreaker. Well, I mean, if you come out this way, we'll throw you a bottle. It's going to be hard to ship out to BC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know. It's tough. It's tough to do that, but you come out this way, and we'll take
care of you.
Yeah,
we'll take care of you. So, yeah, you want to do tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. What would be a good tiebreaker? Well, let me see. We do 3 glasses of wine and then see which one comes through.
No, I mean we haven't done that. We haven't done that before. That would add a whole different. That'd be a curveball there for sure. With 3 wines, that could complicate things.
Ooh, that would. You know what? I think you'd have to actually have it'd be almost like a play-in where you have 2. 2 would be the play-in, and whoever wins that goes to meet the champion or something like that. I don't know. So, I don't know how you'd solve that.
Yeah, that might be kind of tough. We could have a third bottle that would kind of be in that varietal where it could be like a rosé. I think we'd have to stay either in the rosé sort of varietal, or it would, because the Pinot Grigio, I really wouldn't be able to. It'd be unlike these two. It'd be unlike these two, so it's hard. I almost think that
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got an idea.
All right. Yeah.
Well, since you and I, we like the Chapoutier rosés. Those are a Rhone style rosé. They were dry.
Okay.
And then, as you know, Matilda has her own rosé.
Yes.
We could play with those.
Play with Bella Rouge and Matilda?
Belle Rouge, yeah, well, that's her dad. Belle Rouge is her dad's wine, and then
want to put the two of them together, the father and the daughter. Is that what I'm hearing?
That might be fun. I mean, that might.
I haven't had that one yet. I haven't had the Matilda one yet.
Oh, I loved it. My wife loved it too. It was really good. I know
you liked it a lot. So, you know, so you had it already though. That's the thing. But I'm up for the Bella Rouge and the Matilda. We could do the two of those.
Yep. Yeah.
And then,
well,
you know.
Well, because it'll be easier. Well, I'll do the blind again because, again, I have short-term memory loss. So,
right.
For me, it'd be easier to just pour them in a glass and just mix them all up and then figure out which one I like the most. Because I did like both. I liked the Belle Rouge. I did like Matilda's wine. I thought her wine was excellent. I love that label she had. It was gorgeous. And that was in one of my posts the other day. But that might be. You know what? I think we're on this.
For that, we could do that. I mean, we might make enemies, but that's fine. Sometimes you do.
It's a friendly competition, between the.
It is friendly, but winemakers are a serious bunch. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. Well, there's bragging rights, between the old, like the old man doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost his step. He can't make a good bottle of wine anymore. And then you get the daughter who's already doing her own thing, and maybe, hey, I'm gonna make a better dad, thing to my dad, and who knows, it's all in fun. I mean, both wines are great anyway. So.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, no, she's gonna take Odin to the vet.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Jen.
Thanks, Jen, for coming on.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. Really do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, maybe that'd be our next one. Let's.
Want to do that? We'll do that. I'm down for that.
Yep, and we could. There's a lot of stuff on Chapoutier. There's tons of stuff on Chapoutier. So, add a lot of content for people to understand who they are. They own Hermitage, basically how I see it, but. They're a wide-ranging family with their holdings that are global, and now with the daughter getting involved with her own wines, I think they're just going to add more and more great quality wines to the lineup here, and I think it'd be kind of fun. I think summer should be fun anyway. I mean, should be outside. At least I'll be able to go outside without the pollen probably in 2 weeks anyway. So I'll get to enjoy myself a little bit more instead of being in my wine basement here. So.
Well, that's okay. We have the, you know what I mean? We have the dueling backgrounds, I guess. You know what I mean? I like more of a natural background if I can get it. I mean, I try to get outside as often as I can, and I got a good spot out here. So
yeah,
we can do that. We'll do the Chapoutier face-off.
Yeah, Chapoutier family feud.
We'll do that. I like it. I like the idea. They are though substantially. The cost is there's a $10 difference pretty much.
I think so. Yeah. I think Belle Rouge is is the cheaper one, right? I think that's
absolutely, and it's still very nice. It's very nice. It's,
yeah.
But we can do that.
Yeah, why not? Let's have some fun with it. I mean, we're going to have a little fun when we do the box wine special. Probably at the end of June. I won't be drinking all of that in one sitting, but I did talk to Mountain Mama, and she said she'd be happy to be viewing that episode. So.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I did see her, and
cool.
She's a friend of ours. So she's like, "Oh, you're going to do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're going to have fun with it. Why not?" Be some high quality box wines. Just portion control is a problem, but.
Well, it depends on the user.
User error, yeah. User judgment.
Yeah, it depends on the user. Their portion control.
Yeah, portion control is the problem with that box wine. You know what? I'm still in love with both these wines. I think they're both great, both dry. I think even the split's fine, perfect. Great choice of wines. Hopefully Marco watches this and is happy that you have picked the Sun Goddess, and hopefully the McBride sisters. They did send me, actually, by the way, the McBride sisters did send me some information. They did send me some tech sheets, but they sent me the tech sheets for the other wines, not for the rosé, the Black Girl Magic.
Right.
So, yeah, they were very nice. They were very kind enough to respond to me. So I'm very grateful. So thank you very much, guys.
Oh, cool. Great. That's good stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Very good. Well, I mean, I think that, we have our assignment for a couple weeks.
That's right.
We're going to keep going on this summer wine pick.
It works. Yeah, and it works out. Yeah, and it works out perfectly. So, like, next week is Memorial Day weekend, so we're going to have a break, and then the following week we'll do our wine in 3, and we'll face off with the Choupetiers. Let's see what happens. So, folks, just to let you know, we're going to do a little wrap up here. Manuel and I actually did a blind tasting of our Sun Goddess by collaboration with Mary J. Blige and the Fentanel family in Italy, Northeast Italy, by the way. And Black Girl Magic, made out by the McBride sisters, Robin and Andrea. This is a rosé, and then this is a Pinot Grigio that both Emmanuel and I enjoyed, and that's why we brought them back for another program. And we did a little blind tasting. And sure enough, Emmanuel picked the Sun Goddess from Mary J. Blige and the Fentanel family, and I picked the Black Girl Magic. Both great wines, both under $20 a bottle. Definitely good wine value. And any last parting words, Emmanuel, before we sign off?
No, I don't think so. I think like I say, this was not contrived or anything. I most definitely like the Sun Goddess, where Pete liked the Black Girl Magic Rosé.
Yeah.
And I think last time we did a blind tasting, it kind of went that way too. I don't think we agreed.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
I think also, though, we should continue this structure, and we should do a blind tasting with the other two coming up.
Why not? Yep. And maybe I'll get some fancy bags like you do and try it that way. But my short-term memory loss did me well, so.
Well, in this instance, it was beneficial.
Yes, it definitely was beneficial. So thank you all of you for joining us. We are going to post this into my IGTV, and I will post this to YouTube probably tomorrow. So you will be able to view it for a while, and then just let you know, me and Emmanuel are going to be doing some private stuff, and we're going to do some exclusive things coming up soon.
Right.
We are, as you could tell, we're boning up our programming, getting everything a little bit fine-tuned, and we're going to be going out on the road pretty soon. We go out into, start going back into the world again because COVID is starting to wind down. So thank you very much, everyone. Salud, eat, drink, and savor. Take care, everybody.
All right.
Bye now.